Welcome to Chase Your Star. I am your host, Monica Carter Tagore. Now is the time to go for something more than the tired, ordinary reality so many people settle for. Now is the time to chase your star and live your bigger, better, bolder life where you live and work according to the purpose, passion, and calling driving you. Each week, join me as I share information, inspiration, and insight to help you do more with your life and the work you do. We will cover life strategy, personal development, and entrepreneurship, all wrapped around the idea of your story. You see, sharing your story is an important part of chasing your star, as your story holds within it lessons, blessings, messages, and big ideas that help you do something great for yourself and do something great in the world. Ready to chase your star? Let's do it. Hello, and welcome to Chase Your Star. I am so excited you're here, and I have some really exciting news, and it's just that. Chase Your Star. This is the very first episode of the podcast with the new name. We have renamed Greatness Radio Chase Your Star. Now, the focus is still the same, and that's about greatness. That's about helping you to become a better version of yourself. It's about helping you to show up at your best, because I believe that when you're showing up at your best and when you're becoming that better version of yourself, you truly will walk in your greatness. And that doesn't change. My aim is still to help you do that. But right now, the way I help you do that is to help you chase your star, is to help you work on finding, figuring out, and acting in that calling, that purpose, and that passion you feel for your life, for doing something within your life. We all are here for a purpose. You're not here by accident. You're not here by whim. You're not here by happenstance. You're not here simply because of some drunken mistake on a Tuesday night. You are here for a purpose, and I want to empower you. I want to inspire you. I want to encourage you. I want to equip you to live according to your purpose, to work according to your purpose. I want to help you to start responding to the calling you feel in your life, to do something meaningful, to do something significant, to do something that makes your difference. And this is very personal for me, and that's part of the reason why we're making this change. You see, at the end of last year, I was diagnosed with breast cancer a few days before my 41st birthday. And of course, when you are faced with something as serious as that, you will reflect on some things. You will think about some things, and perhaps you will change some things because of that. And I've made a lot of changes in my life, and I'm so happy to report that I'm responding well to treatment. I'm moving toward the end of chemo treatment. I have a few more treatments to go. I'm moving toward the end, and things are looking really good. I feel so grateful and so thankful and so blessed because of that. And I attribute the fact that I am responding and I'm getting better to several things. Certainly, I appreciate the science here. I appreciate the fact that there is treatment and there are opportunities for me to be helped through the medical community. But I also attribute my improvement and the way things are going to my health, to my faith. I have a very strong faith, and I have certainly leaned on that at this time. I believe it's so important. And now, as I am walking in faith and I am seeing results here, that helps to even strengthen that faith connection I have. And I also attribute my improvement to the fact that I've made lifestyle changes. I've become vegan. I have eliminated certain things from my diet. I have incorporated more things into my diet to boost my immune system and my health, such as lots of fruits and veggies, nuts, and other foods like that. And I am trying to focus more on making sure that I'm getting the rest that I need, because I wasn't getting the rest I needed before. I was like many people who are business owners and who are parents and who are just working to achieve so much. The rest just fell by the wayside. So now I'm trying to incorporate more rest into what I do. I go for walks every morning, which I was going for runs prior to diagnosis. Now I've back that down to walks because I think that's probably better now. But the point here is that I have built a lifestyle around helping me get better. So I am using the science in terms of the medical treatments offered, of course, but I am also making the lifestyle changes I need to make because there's certain things that the doctors can't do for me. I have to do those for myself, and that is about the lifestyle changes, doing what I have read about because I've done a lot of research on this and incorporating that into my life, acting on what I have learned. And often in life, we don't act on what we've learned. And I want to help you and Chase Your Star to act on what you have learned, to act on what you are learning, to act on what you believe you should be doing according to the calling you feel in your life, according to the purpose you feel in your life, and according to the passion that you feel for something in your life. So this podcast is about helping you to act on what you know to be the thing that you should be doing, because often we don't act on what we believe and what we feel called to do and what we want to do. And so as I am acting on making these changes in my life and getting to that finish line, getting the positive result that I seek, I want to help you act on whatever changes in your life you need to make so that you can get to whatever result you seek. And that is going to be, again, reflected in your calling, your purpose, your passion. I have been blessed in that I have worked within purpose for a long time. If you followed my work for any period of time, you know that I have been working with intention and purpose. I have been blessed to know that I am here to inspire others and to empower others through my words and through the works I do to help them to do something good and positive in the world. I am here to spread light. I am here to do good works and, again, to touch lives through my words and through my work. So I have been working in purpose for a long time, and I've been blessed to know my purpose for a long time, and I have been working in calling. But right now I feel an even stronger calling, a stronger sense of purpose as it relates to the works that I do. And right now that purpose is centered around the calling of being able to help people to rise up in their lives and to be able to chase their star, to no longer settle for the ordinary, the mundane, and possibly mediocre lives that they are living, the existences they're having. Too many people simply sleepwalk through their lives. They feel a calling to do something. They know they're here for a purpose, for a reason, but they just don't do it. They don't know how to do it. They don't know where to start first. They don't feel enough of a push to get out of the comfort zones they're in now and go forward. They remain in those tiny, tiny little boxes they've been stuck in for years, possibly their whole lives, letting their lives pass them by. And this is what I want to help you avoid. I want to help you break free from whatever box you're in, whether it's a box you have placed yourself in or it's a box you have allowed somebody else to place you in. I want to help you break free from that box and to reach out and to reach forward and to reach upward and chase your star. Grab hold of that thing that is driving and that is motivating you, and let that drive you. Go forward and go toward your purpose, your passion, your calling, so that you can live a bigger, a better, a bolder life, walking in that purpose and walking in that calling and walking in that passion, so that you are doing what you've been placed here to do. You are doing what you feel you have been placed here to do, where you're making an impact, where you're touching lives, where you are making a difference. And when you chase your star, when you live according to purpose, passion, calling, when you're doing something that you feel driven to do like that, where you're going to create something good in the world, you truly will walk in your greatness. You truly will embrace that bigger part of you. It's there. You know how I feel about greatness. I've talked about it in many podcast episodes before this. We all have greatness in us. But greatness doesn't simply show up. It doesn't shine through. It doesn't come out simply because it's there. It comes out because we push it out, because we work it out, because we pull it out. We make it come out. You have to work on your greatness. That's why most of us don't let the greatness shine through, because we don't work on it. And so I want to help you to work on your greatness by chasing your star, by living out that purpose, that passion, that calling. In this podcast, I will share inspiration, information, and insight each week to help you to get more comfortable with your purpose, passion, or calling, to embrace it and to act upon it, to finally take the steps, to finally do something, again, to step outside of that box and to make it happen. Because when you act upon that purpose, passion, or calling, wow, that's amazing. You will do something amazing in your life. You will do something that will improve your life, and it will improve the lives of others. Because you see, you're here not just for yourself, but you are here to touch somebody else's life in some kind of way. Another thing happened to me recently, and that was the passing of my father. My father passed away about a week or so ago, and we just buried him. And he didn't get a chance to tell his story. There were many things we discussed that he wanted to do in life. He retired 2 years ago, and there were a few projects he talked about. He wanted to launch a magazine. He wanted to continue working on his PhD. He wanted to write a book. And of course, me as someone who helps many other people write books, I was going to help him with that. But we never got a chance to. So he left here not getting a chance to tell his story, not getting a chance to write his book. And that brought home to me all the more strongly why it's important for me to do this work right now, for me to help other people to do the things they feel called to do the things that are in their hearts, because time doesn't wait for any of us. His passing away was quite unexpected. And I want to encourage you that if you feel strongly about doing something good in your life right now, if you feel called to do something in your life right now, now is the time to do it. Don't wait for things to be perfect. Things will never be perfect. Don't wait for things to fall in line. They will never fall in line. If you have a strong desire to launch that business, to write that book, to start that organization, to make that career change, to do whatever it is that you feel called to do that is going to improve your life and that is going to touch the lives of others, start now. Start making moves now. Don't wait for all the ducks to be lined up. I promise you, they will not be. There will be a duck that will fall off the ledge or wherever you're lining those ducks up. Don't wait for things to be perfect. Things are never perfect. Life is not perfect. And life doesn't wait for us. Life can pass us by if we choose to simply stay in our boxes and not move, or life can push us forward. Let life push you forward. Let life push you forward toward your purpose, your passion, your calling. When I share this information with you in this podcast about chasing your star, I will discuss chasing your star within the context of your personal story, within the life you're living. So I want to make this very personal to you. When I am talking about chasing your star, I am of course talking about following that purpose, passion, or calling you feel on your life. And I am talking about looking within your story to see the lessons, blessings, messages, and big ideas that are coming out of your story, the story that you need to share with someone else. There are many ways to share your story. Of course, as someone who helps people write their books and share their stories through books, I certainly believe in doing that. I encourage you to do that. But there are other ways. Some people may share their stories from the stage through speaking. Some people may share their stories in the careers they lead. They may choose a career based on some experience from their story. You may choose to be a personal finance coach because you went through a period where your finances were just a mess, raggedy, and you somehow figured out a way to change that, and you've developed certain skills or an approach that can help other people change theirs. And so you share your story through the work you do. And as you share your story through the work you do, that can also lend itself to sharing that story through writing a book about that, because you can reach more people through that book. Some people may choose to share their stories through song. They may write and perform songs about meaningful experiences in their lives. We hear that each day when we listen to music. Some people may choose to share their stories in some way in ministry, in either a ministry such as a women's ministry or even from the pulpit itself as a pastor at a church. And so they are sharing their story based on their backgrounds and their experiences and how faith has been able to help them. So there are many ways people can share their stories. Again, of course, I certainly believe in sharing your story through a book, but there are others who share their stories through song, through speaking on the stage, through ministry, through the work they do, their careers, and so many other ways. My point here is to help you figure out the way to be able to move forward in sharing your story, to share your story so that you can live out that purpose, that passion, that calling that you feel is on your life. So I want to help you. This is a very personal podcast. I want to help you to dig within your story, within your life, to share what's important that you need to share. Because out of the 7 billion of us on this planet, no two of us have the same story. And I've said that before in the podcast when it was named Greatness Radio. No two of us have the same story. Even if we're twins, even if we're siblings, born, living, raised in the same household, raised by the same people, we don't share the same story, because our stories are crafted based on our experiences, our ideas, our insight, our perceptions, our perspectives. So two people can have a similar experience, but they can have vastly different perceptions of those experiences. And having those same experiences, but experiencing them in a different way or seeing them in a different way, those create two different stories. So what is your story? What is the thing you have learned in your life? What is the thing you've experienced in your life? What is the thing you have been placed on this earth to share in some way, to help others with in some way? What is that thing? Your life here isn't just about existing. It's not just about passing time. It is about making meaning from the experiences you're having, and to share those in a certain way so that you can grow and you can help someone else grow. You see, when we go through bad things, when we go through negative things, those things aren't just simply bad luck that happens for no reason. Those things can help us to grow in a different way. Now, none of us ever wants to go through something bad or unfortunate or unhappy or sad. But if we live long enough, we will. We will experience some loss. We will experience some setback. We will experience some disappointment. Unfortunately, that's a fact of life. Now, what do we do with those setbacks, those disappointments, and those bad things? What do we do with them? Some of us get embittered. We get wrapped in the negativity, and we can never seem to bounce back or bounce forward or to come out of that. But some of us are able to somehow see something better out of that. Not that we wanted those experiences, but we're able to somehow learn or grow from those experiences. I'll take my cancer experience as an example. And of course, I'm still in this thing. So who knows what else I'll learn and how else I'll grow as a result of it. But even in the place where I am now, I've made these lifestyle changes. And I'm so grateful for learning that information and acting upon it to change for a healthier lifestyle, and to make those lifestyle changes to where I am a more conscious consumer, more conscious eater, I guess, and just living a conscious lifestyle to where I'm really thinking about what I'm doing, being more active in the way that I am, and choosing what I'm putting into my body. So that's a blessing and a change that's come out of this experience. And that is something that will be reflected in my life even long after I've successfully gone through this cancer experience. I want to always remain a conscious consumer, someone who is living a conscious life, who is paying attention to what she's doing in her life, and who doesn't get so busy with her work and her business that she forgets to take care of herself. I don't want to be that person anymore. And so that's a positive change. So what about your life? What experience have you been through that you didn't want to go through, of course? In fact, you thought maybe it knocked you down and you thought you'd stay down, but somehow you managed to get back up. You thought it might kill you, but somehow it did. It made you stronger. You thought it would just truly set you back forever. You would never be able to get ahead again, but you somehow managed to get ahead. You managed to not only survive, but to thrive. What experience in your life did you come through that you really weren't sure about? What experience in your life did you even cry through, but today you're smiling all the way? Those experiences often are teaching experiences, and they teach lessons They give us messages. They reveal blessings. Often our calling may be wrapped up in that. We may see a calling come out of that experience. Or what theme do you see reflected in your life? What thing seems to happen over and over and over again, and you have drawn a message out of that, and you know there's a message for you to be able to share with someone else? Maybe that's where your story is calling you. Maybe that's what you need to focus on. That message that keeps coming out of that certain theme that keeps running through your life. And your calling, it may be reflected in any number of things. It may be about relationships. Maybe you have a message about relationships. It may be about that divorce you went through that, you know what, you didn't expect, and you didn't know if you'd survive it, but you did. And now, because you survived it, you're in a better place, and you want to help other people going through similar experiences. Maybe it's about that failed business. You know, you were just struggling so hard, and you just didn't know what else to do, and your business failed. You were disappointed. You were wiped out financially. But that's not where you stayed. What happened is that after taking a breather, after just collecting yourself, you got back to it. And today, you're successful. Your success came out of that failure. Maybe your calling is wrapped around that. Maybe it's time for you to share your success story by sharing your failures with others, to encourage them, to uplift them, to educate them, and to inspire them. Maybe your calling is related to a health message. Maybe, like me, you have faced some health challenges, and perhaps you're on the other side of yours. I'm not quite on the other side of mine yet, though I can see the light. But perhaps you're on the other side of yours, and you have a health message to share. You have some tips, you have some tools, you have some strategies you can share with others. Maybe your calling is wrapped around that. Maybe your calling is wrapped around some expertise related to your career. Maybe you've been working in a career for quite a while, and you have developed a better way of doing things, or you have gained some insight related to doing things, and now you can step out and help others do things in a better way. And so you want to share your expertise gained from your career, gained from years of doing a certain work. So that's what we're talking about in this podcast. We are talking about looking within your story to find and to see that calling that life is placing on you, so that you can walk in calling, you can live in purpose, you can embrace your passion and to let it show up in the life you live and the work you're doing. That's what this podcast is about. And that's why it's so personal to me. I want to help you to live that bigger, that better, that bolder life. I want to help you to do the work that only you can do. You have been placed here to do a work. There are lives you need to touch through your work. And if you don't touch them, maybe no one will. There are people that I can reach with the work I'm doing, with my podcast, with my blog, with my books, with my Author Grow book coaching program, that other people may not be able to reach. And I feel a responsibility to make sure that I am doing the best work I can so that I can reach those people. But there are maybe people that you can reach with your work, with your story, that someone else may not be able to reach. So I want you to feel that responsibility to chase your star, to do the thing that's going to make your life better and the thing that's going to make other lives better. There are people who need to hear what you have to say. There are people who need to learn from you. There are people who need to hear about the lessons, the blessings, the messages, the big ideas that you can share as a result of your story. So will you chase your star? Will you let me help you chase your star? Each week, I will come back with an episode that will share inspiration, insight, information to help you chase your star, to help you take action on that purpose, on that passion, on that calling that is within your life, because I don't want you to leave here with your calling unresponded to, with your purpose unlived, with your passion unenjoyed. I want you to live full. I want you to live according to that purpose, according to that passion, according to that calling that is on your life. And you have it. You've just got to acknowledge it. You've got to embrace it, and you've got to act upon it. Get out of your box. Don't stay in that box. Again, whether it's a box you've placed yourself in or whether it's a box you've allowed others to place you in because they said, you're not good enough for this. You'll never be that. You're only this. You're just this. Don't listen to people who tell you you're just this. Don't listen to people who say you'll never be that. Don't listen to people who say you're only this small thing. They don't know your capability. They don't know the calling in your life. They don't know the purpose for which you're here. And they don't know your greatness. Don't let their small ideas of themselves reflect on you. Don't let their small notions about what they can do put you into their tiny box. You break free from that box. You go forward and do what you know you feel called to do. You break free and go and do what you know you've been placed here to do. And if you're not all the way sure of what your purpose is, that's okay. Life will reveal it as you go forward. As you seek to learn more about your purpose, life will reveal it. You've got to listen to your life though. Many of us, we don't listen to our lives. We are in such a noisy world. We're constantly running. We're constantly distracted that we never have time to reflect on what life is telling us. So if you don't know your purpose, that's fine. Listen to the podcast and listen to your life. Listen to what your life is calling you to do. Listen to what your life is telling you to do, because your life will. You will get that feeling inside that lets you know, okay, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. This is how I'm supposed to be helping. So if you don't know your purpose or you are unclear about a calling, it's okay. Your life will tell you. And if you do know your purpose, and if you do know what you're being called to do right now, then it's time to act upon it. It's time to get busy living in that purpose and living in that passion, living in that calling. And that's what we're here to do. We're here to help you to really pause and reflect on your purpose, passion, or calling. And we're here to figure it out if you don't know. And if you do know what it is, we're here to get you moving forward, acting on it. Because knowing a purpose or a passion or calling and just thinking about it and not doing it, that's not serving you, and it's not serving those people you're here to help. So that's what we're doing with this podcast. Again, the focus is still the same, helping you to walk in your greatness. And the message that I'm sharing is very personal to me, and it's a personal message for you because it's about your particular story. It's about your life. So Chase Your Star is about digging deep in your story, looking at your life to help you figure out that purpose, passion, and calling that is on your life so that you can go and act on it. This is about acting on your purpose, acting on your passion, acting on your calling, acting on the thing that makes you feel alive, acting on the thing that will help you and that will help someone else. Because when you truly act upon your purpose, your passion, or your calling, you will make an impact. You will make your difference, and you will do something significant in your world and in the worlds of others. So go ahead, chase your star. Look within your life for the purpose, passion, and calling you feel compelled to respond to. Look within your life for the lessons, blessings, messages, and big ideas your story creates. So go out there and chase your star. I'm here to help. See you next week. And there you have it. This week's information, inspiration, and insight to help you live a bigger, better, bolder life, doing what you feel purpose, passion, and called to do. If you enjoyed this episode, please go to iTunes and subscribe. And while you're there, please leave a review. I'd really appreciate it. And one other thing, if you would like to get on the inside track and be a part of my inner community, then please go visit my website at monicacartertagore.com/star-newsletter. Join the newsletter so that you can get all of my free resources, news, and updates first, immediately, before others get it. I'd love to have you in my community. So visit the website, monicacartertagore.com/star-newsletter.